What it do, what it do, what it do. It is I, your guy, AK every day, all day. Here to stay, here to make some sense today. Big shout out to each and every last one of you. Thanks for the thumbs up, thanks for sharing, and thanks for subscribing. There's other videos I have. If you haven't seen them, I suggest you check them out. What I want to talk about today is why I stopped boxing. Um, I had a long amateur career. I was Golden Gloves champ in Arizona, uh, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. It quite a few fights. I was a tough fighter, and sometimes I probably made some of the fights tougher than they needed to be. But today I want to talk to you about why or how I hung up the gloves. Well, that day came when I received a phone call, and I was asked did I want to fight. A professional fight. At the time, I was 4-0. Before that day, I had already set the standards for when I would hang up my gloves. My standard that I set for myself was that if I walked into the gym and I wasn't in better shape than and more prepared than everybody in the gym, and if I got into the ring unprepared, that would be my last fight. Well, on that fateful day, there was a situation where I hadn't been training. My coach had recently passed. My teammate was not able to practice or participate in the game at that time. So therefore, I had not been preparing to fight. But when I wanted, when I received the phone call, I said, yes, I will fight. I will take the fight. Now, getting into the ring with another man or woman, or a bear, or alligator, or whatever it is you're wrestling or fighting, you are putting your life at risk. Whenever I put the gloves on, I realized that this person across the ring from me was going to be trying to hurt me. And oftentimes we find ourselves in that position where there's a situation where we're not prepared for and it ends up hurting us. Some of us not prepared for the urinalysis. Some of us, not prepared to raise a family. It takes preparation in order to increase your likelihood of success. Well, that day I was ill prepared. And when I got into the ring, that man beat the brakes off of me. But, he didn't stop me. Didn't knock me down, didn't knock me out. But the first two rounds, oh man, I came out on a tear. The third round, not as much. And the fourth and fifth round, was on fumes. And that young man was ready. I lost that fight. Not because he was bigger than me, not because he was faster or stronger or better. I lost that fight because that man was more prepared than I was. If your enemy or your obstacle that's in front of you, if you can't whip it, if you fail or refuse to get in the proper shape or learn what you need to learn in order to master it, then whatever it is that you're trying to build, you're putting it in danger. Physically, I was in harm's way because I failed to prepare. Today, we must do the work. We must be prepared. Because what stands in front of us, it can be defeated by us. We can defeat it. But we have to stay ready. So get yourself ready. And I pray that whatever it is that you're facing, you'll be able to whip it like that young man whipped me around that ring that day. Fight your best fight. And your best fight is the fight that you're prepared to fight.